This is another episode of UFO Garage.
I'm Ben.
And I'm Joe. And this is where we talk about UFOs, aliens, and all things weird.
Yeah, what's up? Episode 14, people.
14?
Yeah, dude. How do you feel?
I feel,
It's been, what, 2.5 months?
Yeah, dude. I'm feeling pretty good about it, for sure.
We haven't run out of things to talk about.
Definitely not.
We got our first negative comment on YouTube.
Hey!
Our first troll.
All right.
But I mean, it's one out of. I mean, we've gotten like six.
Yeah, we got like 6 of them.
Really positive comments, like people that have reached out to us through Facebook or YouTube. I've all been so nice and like, dude, y'all are making me laugh. Like, you're all talking about cool shit.
Yeah.
And so, who commented like, I'm no Dr. Scientist, but was it Dan?
I think it was Dan. Yeah.
It was like, I'm no Dr. Scientist, but
we need to make Dan a Dr. Scientist shirt.
I know. Yeah,
An
dude,
official
seriously.
UFO Garage Dr. Scientist shirt.
Represent, man.
Yes, dude.
Do we what? Maybe I should pull it
up. Yeah,
I'm gonna pull it up.
Bro, it was funny. Like, I woke up and I was like I immediately started laughing. Like, like the negativity didn't even anger me, and I think it's just because of the topic, the subject, and then just what the comment was. Like,
it's gonna take me a while to.
Maybe it was, I'll take it as constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll take it as constructive criticism, but in like. He wasn't like too rude.
No.
It was like maybe
just condescending.
Like maybe he hasn't commented on a lot of YouTube videos before, and he was like just testing it out,
right?
Because he didn't want to seem like such an asshole, but he wanted to get his point across.
Well, his YouTube name was I Will Shoot.
I will shoot.
I will shoot.
Yeah.
So
that's the funniest part.
I mean, I don't think he's very shy.
I will space shoot. 3 days ago.
Thanks for listening, though. By the way, man. Like,
oh yeah,
if you're
seriously.
listening again today.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks for listening.
Hell yeah, at least you listened to it.
Yeah. So it's on episode 8, Hollow Earth Theory.
Hollow Earth Theory,
and we're talking about the whole story. If you haven't heard the episode, we're talking about the Nazis in Germany going to the South Pole.
Yeah, and Admiral Byrd.
And so his comment, he must have listened to the whole episode, right?
He had to have, yeah. Yeah, he had to have.
And so his comment is, the first exploration was to the North Pole. Why even discuss a topic that you know nothing about? And he didn't even put a period on it, dude.
Dude, but you see what I'm saying? Like, you see why I laughed? Like, because, like, in that episode,
because we don't know anything about.
Well, that for one, but then two, like we have an episode about an admiral flying into the center of the earth.
Fucking aliens living inside of our planet.
They meet these Thor supreme race beings that live in a shiny castle,
and he chooses to focus on that.
And that fool was like, we explored the North Pole first. Stupid. Like,
oh my, it's like watching like Avatar 3D and leaving and being like, that was so fake,
dude, that was so fake.
There's no way those aliens were real.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if he was only upset about that part, then I guess we did pretty good.
I think, dude,
right?
I think that's a win, honestly.
Well, you know how I know he probably didn't listen to the whole episode is because in his journal, how he talks about being in the Arctic, and we're like, but the Antarctic is the South Pole, right? And we were confused. Well, of course he explored the North Pole.
Yeah,
he's just talking about the Arctic in general.
Yeah,
right. So now we have our answer.
There we go.
So yeah, hey, I mean, I appreciate it actually, because now it does make sense. Well, of course they discovered that first, right? And then they went to the South Pole, to Antarctica.
I mean, as much as I would love a fact checker to be sitting here with us, like a young Jamie from Joe Rogan podcast, I mean, I don't know. Is it worse like getting it online like after the podcast is already published? I mean, I welcome all kinds of criticism, but we're not doing this to win any nominees for a fucking medal. We're just having fun.
And we did state, so we know that he's not a long time listener.
Yeah.
He's not a 2.5 month time listener.
Right. Yeah.
Because we did state in the beginning of this that
right.
We're not experts.
We're not experts.
You know, we're gonna really butcher some stuff probably on accident.
Yeah.
But I promise you, it's not on purpose. And
we're just Dr. Scientists.
We're just Dr. Scientists, and we're trying to learn too. So and see how that works out, dude. We do it. We talked about something,
and it's gonna
we were fucking wrong, right?
Yeah.
And then this guy was like, the North Pole, and we're like, now it makes sense.
It does make sense.
Now his journals make complete sense.
It made it even more valid.
It did.
Story.
It just validated.
Yeah, there you go.
So, hell yeah. Shout out, my man.
Yeah, thanks. Some stuff on Facebook. We got some cool stuff. Darren, again, with the hard hitters. I guess we've been back and forth about the Mandela effect. So it's this video that you posted is pretty sick. We just watched it before we pressed record on the podcast.
What do you think?
What did you think is about this?
Dude, I thought it was awesome. Like,
yeah.
First off, it seems kind of
now I feel dumb,
surreal. But it seems like, am I watching like a fake commercial for another movie or something? Because it
confused me at first.
It's this legit CEO talking about. He's a CEO of this data collection, software company that deals with the food distribution industry, and they deal with a lot of like SKU numbers and product names, and he states at the beginning of the video, sometimes our data is wrong, but it's mainly due to people entering the wrong, people on your company, not his company, but the opposite company that's ordering the food. It's on that side entering different products' names in wrong. Yeah, and he explains that it's due to the Mandela effect because, like you posted it the other day, Joe, that the Stouffer's stuffing, stuff like that, people just like
it's because they just remembered it wrong. They entered the data spelled wrong or whatever, and then it just kind of goes from there. But the software has always been correct, like the way that they're spelling it and how they mark it and stuff. It's always been that way. He's like, yeah, this has been that way since 1897. And we're all like, what, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it did actually make me feel pretty dumb at the very end.
Yeah, I was like, oh,
I think I just have a terrible memory.
Oh, we're stupid.
We're stupids. I don't know if I should do that voice again. That kind of scared me. Another one is, let's see here. This, did you say Elohim earlier? What word did you say?
No. It's on that video that he posted.
The Rh negative blood thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, we were talking about the Rh negative and the Basque people.
Yeah.
And how like their language is it's only comparable to itself. Like all the other languages can be linked to other languages throughout history and stuff, but this one is like its own thing. Yeah. Like nothing is linked to it. It's just its own language, and for some reason that area has the highest populated area of Rh negative blood. Yeah. And so the theory is basically that if, another civilization came here and did use us for slave labor, right? That it's a very dangerous job, and you could cut off an arm or severely injure yourself to where you would need like blood transfusions. So the ET race that came down here decided to create this blood type so that way they could give it to the entire population, instead of having to match their blood types. Right. So this Rh negative, I think it's like an O or something. Yeah. It's a very special blood type, but it's found in this area like more than anything other.
It says 15% of the world's population has that Rh or whatever negative blood, and the highest concentration is Iberian Peninsula. Interesting. Yeah, I mean that's a cool story. Yeah, I mean, a master alien race comes down, enslaves whatever hominid or intelligent hominid for labor, and then it just makes sense to me to have, all right, well, you guys keep getting hurt, I don't want to have to keep matching different bloods. Like, why don't we just get on one oil? There's like synthetic oil, and race, like whatever. Cool. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else on that. That was a cool post. Thanks, Joseph, for posting that, and posted another one from UFO, Texas UFO Network. This video, I don't know. I think it's a refraction of a raindrop. It's this video this guy posted. It's at night and it's kind of rainy outside, and it looks pretty freaking weird. But Joe, you said maybe we're looking at the wrong thing.
I think we're looking at the wrong thing. Like everybody's focusing on the raindrop, but the refraction of that light, we're like, yeah, it's refracting the light, and that's what's making that raindrop. But what is that light that it's refracting off of?
It's like glowing or shining. I think it might be because it's being obstructed by the tree or something. But I don't know. The more I look at it, it looks like it's just pulsating or something.
Yeah, is that like a road or something behind there? Is that a car?
I don't know.
But no, I mean it's staying right there. So I think that's the object in question. Okay. I don't think that drop on the camera.
That's not the object.
I don't think that's the yeah. I think it's the actual light behind it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What if we like zoomed in? It's like it's like dick butt. Have you seen that meme?
No.
He's just in the light. So that's what we got on the group, the Facebook post this week. Pretty cool stuff. But yeah, so what are we getting into? What are we talking about today, Joe?
Dude, do you want to talk about that story?
Dude, yes. Tell the story.
Yeah. Okay. So this weekend, I ran into a lady. Her name was Marlene. And,
what's up, Marlene?
What's up, Marlene? If you're listening. And she told me a pretty crazy story. So apparently, when she was younger, around like 5 years old, she said she was laying in bed, right? And then she saw this light outside of her window. And it was cool how she described it. She was like, I saw this light, and I can't even like describe the color. Mm-hmm. Like it's like something undescribable, but it's definitely some sort of light, right? And it's real bright. So she gets out of bed, and she looks out the window, and then she sees the old lady from next door. She's like outside, and she's like yelling.
That's the creepiest part of the story, is that there's another like the neighbor.
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Yeah. And so she said it looked like these guys. She was like, I couldn't tell like if they were suits. Like I couldn't make out their face or anything, but it kind of looked like suits. And they like ran up to this lady and they grabbed her, and they were trying to like put her back in the house. Well, all of a sudden this light went out, and all the commotion settled down. And she says she got into bed. And when she got into bed and she laid down, she looked down like at the foot of her bed, and there was like these two black figures standing at the edge of the bed. Yeah. Oh. And you know,
it gave me chills again, dude.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, and so she kind of described them like one was a little bit taller than the other.
Yeah.
They were kind of like these black figures, and like the head was like bigger. It was like round, but then like when it got to the body, like it was almost like it didn't have shoulders.
So it looked like a light bulb,
kind of. Yeah, like a light bulb shape, and like didn't have any shoulders. Like the body just kept going down.
Yeah.
She was like, it's really hard to describe. Like it's something that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Right. And she said, so they touch my foot, and then they go away. And then she said after that, for 3 days, she couldn't walk.
So she was paralyzed from the waist down.
Yeah.
So you didn't tell me that they touched her foot. Yeah, I guess I missed that.
They touched her foot, and she remembers them like reaching out.
Yeah.
And then they disappear, and she can't walk for 3 days. Yeah.
So you were saying that her family members remember her being paralyzed for a couple days, for 3 days.
So we're going to try and get this picture.
So she drew a picture of it?
Apparently she drew a picture of it, and she said that like her mom still had it in a box or something. I want to
get a hold of that so bad.
Yeah, that'd be so cool.
We need to have Marlene on the podcast to tell that story.
Yeah, Marlene, if
I bet she would probably think of some more detail maybe if we got her. You know?
Yeah, but you know, she said it was kind of strange because she was a little kid, and it wasn't until like she got older that it really all kind of like
her kid,
like just her in general, like till she got older for her to like kind of absorb and like realize what had actually happened.
Yeah,
you know, she was like, was I just dreaming that? But then she was like, I couldn't walk for 3 days. And then
a
I
pretty
drew
big
this
deal.
picture of these two things at the foot of my bed, you know?
Yeah.
She was like, so I don't think I was dreaming. But, I mean, yeah.
Have you ever heard of an example where somebody, like, through psychosis made themselves not be able to use their legs? I've never heard of a story
I've never
like
heard
that.
of it, but, I mean, I'm sure that's possible, right? The brain is, like, the strongest thing, you know? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I could see that. I don't know. I just got to do some research. But that sounds like a pretty freaking big deal that you remember for the rest of your life. I mean,
yeah.
The fact that she's carrying around this whole story is, I mean, it even gets creepier, right? Because it kind of, you know, how you were saying it, we've talked about this on the podcast, how a lot of abductees have claimed that, yeah, when they were kids were abducted or visited by aliens, or they saw something weird, and then they have children, and their children experience similar things, and that's exactly
kind of follows a bloodline. Yeah. So she was saying that, so when she got older, she had a daughter, and her daughter was like playing in her room, and then she heard her kind of like yelling or like laughing, and then she said, you know, it just sounded weird. And so she ran over there to see what was going on, and she was like, they're jumping in my room. And the mom was like, Marlene was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, all 6 of them, they're jumping in my room. And she couldn't see anything, but she was like, the little girl was like clearly looking at something.
Oh my God.
Right?
There's got to be something with like children and the way that their brain processes. Maybe it's just easier for ET to be able to manipulate, or
they don't actually understand like what we are molded to think is reality.
Yeah.
Yet, so anything is possible still.
Right.
It's probably easier to actually, you know, get into their mind,
their
maybe.
consciousness.
Like, yeah.
And that kind of rolls into what we're talking about today too, is like the power of the conscious mind.
Yeah.
And how everybody has different timelines. We'll get into that a little later, but like, yeah, there's something to it, to where it almost made me think like everybody has their own consciousness and everybody has their own experiences and their lives or whatever, but are we creating our own universe with our own consciousness?
Yeah, and it almost seems like you're creating it as you go.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like there's like area for it to exist, but
Right.
until you like put it into thought, like it doesn't really exist yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
It is.
It's pretty nuts.
It's pretty wild to think about. Yeah. Did you want to tell the other story you're telling me about?
Which one?
About your dad?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's kind of a short one.
Yeah. So that's a short one.
And I'll tell mine.
So my dad was saying when he was young that there was this light that shot through the window, and he said he like elbowed his brother, and he was trying to get him to wake up, and he wouldn't wake up. So he started yelling for his dad, you know. So he's like, "Dad," and so he wakes up, and he said that as he's coming down the hallway, like every single footstep, like the light would get brighter and brighter and brighter, and then when he went to open the door, the light was gone.
Damn.
Yeah.
So his dad was probably pissed.
Yeah. He was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Go to bed, boy." He was like, "But there was this light. I swear, there was a light."
Yeah.
Dude, how bad would that suck? Like,
Man, I'd be so pissed.
If you're like, "Jess,
It was right
Jess,
there.
come look at this," and then as soon as she comes in the door, it goes away.
Man,
you're like,
I'd be so pissed, dude.
And you're like, "Dang it."
I mean, something like that. I mean, I've definitely had those experiences of like seeing stuff in the sky, like at night, like with stars, and I'll bump whoever I'm standing by, like, "Hey, check this out! Look!" And
and then it goes away.
it's gone.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a couple of times it's been like, "Hey, look at this comet!" Going by, and it happens so fast that I'm the only one out of the whole bar to see it. Like I'm sitting there with 100 people.
You're like, "Ooh,
Did anybody else see that? Damn it!" No one looks up anymore, man. It's because there's no pterodactyls. I'm convinced, man. If there are pterodactyls, everybody'd be looking up.
okay.
All right, I'm good.
I gotta make it to my car." That would suck, dude.
It would suck even worse if there was an alien creature that was like a pterodactyl and could fly. That'd be way more terrifying.
Oh yeah.
Than like them just in a spaceship.
That would be more terrifying. That would be way more terrifying.
Yeah, dude.
Because it'd be like brutal, you know? It'd be gruesome.
Yeah.
At least like the aliens are nice and they're like, all right, you won't remember this.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You know? Yeah. But a dinosaur's like, I'm gonna eat you.
Or then you wake up like in a big nest and there's like little tiny ones are all around you.
Oh no, that would be terrible too. That'd be just as bad. Then it would take longer to eat you.
Yeah, man.
And that would hurt.
Oh yeah.
I'm not into that whole pain thing, dude.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm good.
Like anything painful is like not fun.
No pterodactyls.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we talked about this on the last podcast, but maybe doing a continuous episode, kind of back, maybe like a part 2 to the Corey Goode story.
Right.
As we were saying in the previous episode, like this story is just so long. I looked today and there's 22 seasons. And each season has like 20 episodes, bro.
Yeah.
It's a lot of content.
It's a lot of stuff. It's going to take hours of our lives to go through.
Hours. I honestly don't think I've seen all of it.
But it's like I want to like just kind of skip to things I think I want to see, but then like I miss so much shit, and I'm like,
right,
what?
And then they reference,
where did that come from?
They reference things that they had talked about, and they go like, wait. Kind of in this one, the 20 and back thing. I know that there's another episode where he goes into more detail about how all that works, but he does mention it in this episode.
Yeah,
but yeah, kind of take us through.
That's
how that episode starts.
Dude, hold on.
I know he starts talking about the chair.
Grab my notes. So where we left off, these guys, there's like Nazis on the moon, right? What's the matter, dude?
No,
oh god,
cracking me up.
Here we go again. Okay, so when we left off, the Nazis, the Americans had gotten together. They mined the moon. They mined the meteor.
I'm just the way you said, okay, there's the Nazis on the moon. Like if anybody was listening to this for the first time.
They're not even going to believe us. They're not even going to believe us.
I'm sorry, go.
So we're mining the asteroid belt, right? We're mining Mars. We got on the moon. Right, and so that's kind of where we were at in that story.
Right, yeah.
And so then he picks up and he's like, yeah, the dark side of the moon is full of Super Federation types.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're full of what? Because, you know, right now we're talking about, you know, how there are like extraterrestrials and things, and we do know of certain species and this and that.
Right.
It's so US and Germany, and we're like, yeah.
We had talked about this, about there possibly being like a overarching government of extraterrestrials that kind of say, all right, you can fuck with Earth and you can't fuck with Earth. You can go down there. There's like rules to it.
Yeah.
So it totally makes sense. This the Super Federation.
The Super Federation.
And who knows what it's actually called? Maybe it's like in a different alien language, like, you know, something like that.
It might be. But there's hold on, let me see. So this Super Federation, let me read this. It says, let me see, hold on. Okay. The Super Federation.
It's owned by Lay's.
The Super Federation
Pringles
is made up of federations consisting of hundreds to thousands of planetary consciousnesses. It's a consortium of human-type extraterrestrials who manage the grand experiment. Ooh. That's what the Super Federation is.
Damn.
The genetic farmer races go from star system to star system, propping up grand experiments to manage and even participate in. There are 22 genetic experiments, all on a sliding scale from genetic to spiritual. Some are mostly genetic in nature, while some are mostly spiritual. That's funny. That's a funny way they put that together.
Yeah.
There are 22 genetic experiments, all on sliding scale from genetic to spiritual. Some are mostly genetic in nature, while others are mostly spiritual.
Okay.
You repeated. Okay, one experiment involved the insertion of the God gene into mankind to make us more manageable.
That's that funk we were talking about.
I think so. Grand experiment. Yeah. So that's, I guess we're just like a playground in this giant genetic experiment, but like we're
a zoo.
We're actually like gaining enough traction to kind of be recognized.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So
sounds like it.
That's what that is, man. Yeah. But he's basically talking about how these guys are able to find a portal, right? It's like a
Well, he starts talking about the chair that the guys are sitting in this base where so David asks him like, hey, so my insider had told me that there's a facility on the moon where, or maybe it's on Earth. I can't remember where it was, but it was in some top secret base where they had extraterrestrial craft where they'd taken the seat out of it, and anybody or somebody that was,
interfaces with your mind, and it can,
which is a lot like that the Disney movie we watched.
Yeah, it can bring things like into your reality.
Yeah,
it can like open a portal.
You can think of a hot dog and it'll show up.
Yeah, and then it also has like it heightens your psychic abilities.
Psychic ability. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So you're able to like see things and envision things and time travel.
Yeah.
Right. But then there was also, so that was Montauk that he was talking about. But then Corey Goode was like, yeah, kind of, but mine was Project Looking Glass.
Okay, yeah.
So they were like two different projects.
Right.
But they kind of did almost the same thing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. So then as they're kind of talking about that, he kind of goes into something that's, I don't think we've mentioned other than the 20 and back thing with Corey Goode. So Corey Goode, this insider, he's in this interview with David Wilcock telling him about his experience working with the secret space program, and he explains how he gets into the space program, and it's through this recruitment when he was just, how old was he when he got in? I think they started grooming him when he was like 6 years old or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of
it's kind of
an in the family thing.
Yeah, but anyway, so he finally goes as a teenager, and they do what's called a 20 and back thing, where he spends 20 years in the service of the secret space program as an intuitive empath. So somebody that can interface with or just kind of like highly emotionally adept to their surroundds, and sometimes they can remote view, and sometimes they can communicate way more easily with aliens telepathically. But anyway, that's basically how we got into the program, right?
Yeah, and that 20 program, that's pretty insane, dude.
Yeah,
because they take you and they put you in the service, right? And you spend like 20 years out there.
Yeah,
and then he says that they can bring you back to within minutes of right before you left.
Right.
And then you go through this age regression process.
Yeah. Where
the time that you spent 20 years, this technology like brings your body back.
And reverse your cellular anatomy.
Right.
Because at that point, so say he goes into the service at 18, so 20 plus years.
And you're 38.
And now he's 38, but he looks like a 38-year-old. So when they bring you back in time, you're still 38. So what they have to do is age regress you so you're back at 18.
Yeah.
Like it sounds like something out of a sci-fi film. I would never have thought about that.
Me either, man.
That,
Yeah, no, not at all. That's something that's like, wow. Like, that's super creative. Like, if you're making that up, that's super creative.
And he even goes into like the details of the apparatus that he gets into to be age regressed. It's like, he said the material, he lays down in this kind of like body shaped thing, and kind of covers his arms and his body and his legs with this cardboard kind of textured material. When I think about that, I like saw it in my mind and like, it sounds like he just got put in a cardboard box.
He just laid him in a cardboard box, and they're like, okay, Corey, we're gonna put you down for about 2 weeks, buddy. Okay, and then we're gonna come and we're gonna wake you up, and you're gonna totally look 18 again. I swear to God.
And he comes out, and
he looks the same.
He looks the same. But he's got like red rosy cheeks, and he has like a lollipop.
They just painted him.
But like
Jesus, I gotta say, I look great, fellas.
Those propeller hats. It's like, guys, I look amazing. Dude. That's so funny.
But I mean, what a thing.
Yeah.
What a thing. And he said, like, whenever, like, some of these soldiers, how they would get, like, hypnotized, they would do, like, regression hypnosis or whatever to kind of bring back these memories of what they did, like, in the secret space program.
Yeah.
And while they did that, like, old tattoos and, like, scars and stuff would show up on the patients as they were doing the hypnosis therapy. Like, it was like some sort of cellular memory.
Yeah.
So they were remembering this time. And so if they had, like, a scar on their face, the scar would show up while they were doing the hypnosis, and then it would go away.
That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Fuck. Yeah, the hypnosis therapy, I wonder if it happened within the secret space program, because you would think that they don't want you to remember what happened to you.
Yeah, definitely.
They want to, like, whitewash you or whatever, not whitewash, but brainwash you into thinking that nothing ever happened. And that's what Corey Goode claims, is that after he got out, when he came back, then he sought out, it was like years later.
Yeah.
He sought out to get this hypnosis therapy to, like, remember what happened to him, because he was getting, like, flashes here and there of this alternate life that he lived in space on Mars and all that stuff, and spaceships and all that. So he went and got that regression therapy and started remembering all this stuff.
Couldn't imagine it.
Dude.
Can you imagine, like, just be hanging out, like, at like Witch eating a sandwich? You know what I'm saying?
That meatball parm.
Just enjoying your meatball parm, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you have, like, this flashback of, like, a cockroach on Mars. Like, you're like,
the size of a hand.
What is happening to me?
Yeah.
What is going on?
Doesn't he say cockroaches are the size of hands?
Yeah, it's like the size of your hand, and they have, like, gigantic spiders.
Yeah.
Like, huge spiders. No, I don't think so.
No thanks, dude.
So it's kind of interesting, like, about Mars, how he's saying that there's, like, this federation that kind of goes through the solar system, right? And how humans for a long time weren't allowed to go near Saturn and stuff like that.
Right.
Like, it's like this restrictive zone. It's, like, super political.
Right.
And, there's even, like, warring factions there that, like, they got to behave and obey the rules and shit, right?
Yeah.
But he's like, so there's all these different types, but, like, Mars is kind of its own, like, little jurisdiction.
Yeah.
So he never goes into why, but I'm wondering, like, how come nobody's, like, trying to take over Mars or anything?
Because the planet sucks, man. There's nothing there.
I mean, there's got to be, like, more terrible planets.
Mars sucks.
Mars sucks, bro. Why do you think we're trying to go there?
I mean, maybe there's, like, materials there that we can mine or something, but
yeah.
Unless there's, like,
it just seems like it'd be a good place to be,
like an underground, or like a hollow Earth, but for Mars, like hollow Mars.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be a shitty place to be, obviously, but I mean, like, it's close to all the the asteroid belt and all the minerals. You know, I'm assuming that everybody cares about Earth in this story, but they don't. So maybe it is a bad place to be. Like, maybe Mars does suck.
Dude, what do you think? What do you think about Trump not attending that world meeting on environmentalism and clean energy and things? I think it's called. What's it called?
The summit?
There's a number in it though.
17?
17 maybe?
717?
Oh, well, I gotta look that up. So dumb, dude.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's kind of fucked up that he didn't show up.
I mean, that's. I mean, what did you expect though? I mean, it's like, nah, I don't feel like it.
Nope, I don't feel like it. I have to watch the Kardashians at 4.
Maybe he's
G7.
7. That's what it is.
We're so smart, dude. We're so fucking smart.
But I don't think he thinks it's as important as it might be. So he's just like, nah. He's like, okay, so I'm going to get into a bunch of deals basically where everybody's going to promise each other to be nice and clean and have restrictions. We're going to pay for 80% of all of it, and then people are going to dump shit in the river, and then we're going to stuck with the bill. I think that's what he's thinking in his mind. Because even though, like, yeah, I totally agree, like, you got to protect the climate, dude. You know, like, I don't doubt that some shit like that is going on. You know, like, you're footing the bill for most of that.
Is that actually what's happening? Is that people are expecting us to pay for it?
Well, I mean, we just can afford to.
Oh, okay.
You know, like, there's, like, other countries that can barely afford to, like, give money to their people, and they're like, yeah, totally, I'm all about saving the world,
Yeah,
and
like
the environment.
India,
and
right?
we're like,
In India,
well, I
just
think India can do it,
trash
but it's
everywhere.
bad. Yeah, it's like one of the most polluted rivers in the entire world. Yeah. So I mean, it's not good, but I mean, whatever. It's your river. It's not mine. I'll pick up my trash.
Rivers. Just stick to the.
That was
lyrics and music by Stewie Griffin.
So yeah, bad. I mean, I think I don't know. That's probably why he didn't go.
Okay.
I think it's important that he should have went and like heard everybody out and been like, yeah, okay. Like, at least listened. Like, it wouldn't have been such a dick move, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. He should have just went and paid attention. But
dick move.
I mean, that's what he wanted to do.
That's America, I guess.
He's gonna do what he wants to do.
All right. Anyway, fuck you. So Corey Goode and David Wilcock, they're talking about just all the stuff that Corey Goode has seen in his time in the secret space program. One thing that I thought was really cool is that he was talking about super soldiers and how some of these people that were in the same program as Corey but just did completely different things, they were used as weapons.
Yeah.
Do you remember the word nanites being used? And they would
inject them
with nanites to make them not super soldiers but like enhanced so they can move really fast. And if they were to jump off a cliff, they could land safely without breaking a bone. Pretty super strength and things like that. And something about like telepathy, using their mind to burn synapses in other people's brains.
It would just kill you.
I thought that was pretty interesting.
That's pretty nuts. But it's crazy, like the nanites or whatever.
Yeah. That sounds kind of...
Ray Kurzweil, he was talking about the nanobots basically, like in the future, like they're probably doing it now. I think they're doing it now, where like there's these just tiny little nanobots that are programmed. You can program them, so you shoot them into the body, and like say if you need to like make more of a certain type of blood cell, to fight cancers and things, you could program those to act like those cells. And so it is nanotechnology that's going into your body,
right?
And that's like the.
So he already knew about that technology.
Oh yeah. He has like
Kurzweil.
He's like one of the most like he's one of the guys that makes like the most patents in the entire world, type thing. Like,
doesn't he eat like 47 pills a day?
No, it's more like 187 or like 287, something crazy like that, dude. But he made the Kurzweil piano. Kurzweil, the keyboard, the little keyboards, a Kurzweil. It was the first instrument to like write its own music.
Whoa!
And be able to play itself like its own music or whatever.
Cool.
Because he patented it and programmed it. He's like a computer guy.
That's dope.
So yeah, but he talks about that. It's called the Transcendent Man, where basically he thinks possibly he could like bring his father back by like he saved all of his memories and things like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude, I mean, it's like, do I believe we'd be hearing about that now currently, but they were already using that like years ago,
right? And
totally,
like the 70s.
Yeah, I totally believe that.
Yeah, definitely. Little tiny robots, man. What else could they do?
I'm telling you. I mean, you could use it. I mean, you could even use it on the like regular population, and nobody would know.
Yeah.
Whoo! Okay, so now we just, it sounds like a real Dr. Evil scenario system where, like, you got a bunch of people down in a room and they're like, okay, we got 1 million people to kill this week. Brenda, who you got? And they're like, I got this guy.
Who's writing the code?
Like, yeah, we're going to raise his cholesterol through the roof. It's going to be hilarious. You're like, who do you got? I got Steve. Like, fucking Steve gets hit by a car. Like, it'd be crazy. Like, but,
I mean, technically, if you got the nanobots into your body, would you ever pass them, or you always have nanobots in your body?
I don't know if they go anywhere. I mean,
maybe they're just always in your body.
They just run through your bloodstream constantly.
What if? I mean, I don't fully believe in like chemtrails. I think we've definitely sprayed some shit in the sky at one point.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking at the sky and pointing at contrails and saying everything is a chemtrail. But think of the scenario where, okay, how do we get like 1 billion nanobots into people's bodies?
Yep.
Probably spray it in the sky where they'll breathe it in, right?
Yeah.
A lot of them are gonna get wasted, but
they're nanobots.
At some point, someone's gonna touch a doorknob and put it in their nose.
Right.
Put their finger in their nose, and then now, we can send out a program to make everybody shit themselves.
And now they're unleashing the 5G on us so they can turn these goddamn things on.
Oh, no.
Yep.
I didn't think about that. That's crazy. I've had 5G for a while.
Nanobots, go! and like the nanobot TV shows got like a groovy song. It's like dun, 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 dun. It's just nanobots. like a screen, and like the nanobots are going, but you can't see them because they're so tiny.
I'm picturing like a Digimon, or what were those little pocket things that you got from McDonald's? Is it a Digimon?
The Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Is that what
Digimon
it is?
was a card game. Yeah, Tamagotchi. I picture that little like 8-bit. Bing, 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 bing.
Yes, dude. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Make a nanobot movie.
Let's do it, dude. It's like
we just switch scenery like very often.
Yeah.
We're like, no, the nanobots are there. You just can't see them. They're talking. They have lines and everything. And we should make like a big ass script.
It's a silent film. They're there, I promise.
Or not a silent film, and you have to buy the sound separately.
Oh shit!
In order to hear it.
Yeah.
But you still hear like car noises and shit in the background, like crime scenes. You hear that stuff, but you just can't hear it. You don't know what's going on. It'd be awesome.
I want the story to be like they're two detectives like on homicide, and they're like they come across like a dead nanobot, and they're like they say really corny things like he was a bit out of touch.
we need to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Copyrighted it.
All right, deal.
Make sure to email this to yourself immediately after we record it.
All right, deal.
All right.
Nanobots.
Hey, you did say you had an idea for a movie. We could put that in like,
production.
UFO
start
Garage
right now.
Productions, dude.
Yeah, I'm down, dude.
We have the most epic movies. It's gotta be like a 3-hour movie too.
Yeah, like super long.
It's like 3.5. It's like longer than Roots.
Yeah. Love it. All right, so what were we talking about? Oh, nanobots. Super.
We were talking about
what do you have on your notes here?
Let's see. Filament portals. That's what they were. Filament portals.
Oh.
It was like you have to like kind of wait till like a filament portal opens up, and how like. So this is one thing that I thought about was, we always talk about the propulsion technology and how they're able to like bend gravity and this and that. But what if they're only using that locally within the galaxy, like just to move, because these portals go too far. So it's like we don't need it to go from galaxy to galaxy. Like that shit actually it's almost instant, right?
Yeah.
But we're using this to go from the moon to Mars.
Right. Ooh, interesting.
Because there's actual like mass in space in between the objects that they want to get between.
Yeah.
Right? So they're using...
Well, he does mention there's like multiple different types of portal travel. There's like the natural one where all the planets and galaxies are connected through these filaments, these wormholes of energy. But then there's also like extraterrestrial engineered portals that they can do with electronics or whatever. Yeah, I mean, there's like a few different types, right, that he talks about.
Yeah, there's a few different types, but he was saying like it requires a lot of like planning. Like you have to really like plan it out. To make it correctly.
I thought that was cool.
Because like he was like, so you can either go from like one place to another.
Yeah.
But you kind of have to like wait for these portals to like open up and be like the right alignment. Or it's kind of like just being on Earth and flying. Like you have like places where you have to like have a layover and wait for the portal to open.
Oh, right. I remember that.
So you can go from like spot to spot to get to one area, or you can go straight there. It just kind of depends on the schedule. basically.
What if they have like...
And he's like, the other galaxies and stuff, like solar systems, they have like more than one. But apparently we only have like one or something. So he's like, that's why you get so much traffic in our solar system is because they're trying to jump, but you have to stop. And this is a layover area in the galaxy, basically.
Whoa.
So that's why there's a lot of traffic up there.
Whoa.
Because they're all waiting.
I just had a thought. Okay, so if somebody is traveling through time, and they have this onboard system that's on their ship, you have to think about that our solar system, including our sun and all the planets, are moving at a certain rate through space, like pretty fucking fast. Now, if you stop in one spot and time travel to the future or the past, you have to predict where the Earth is gonna be or was in its previous or future trajectory. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you'd have to know that
to calculate that.
But like, I mean, there's computers that do that right now. Like, there's computers that are running the whole simulation backwards. Yeah, and they can see where everything used to be by using the current data that we have now. Okay. So there's like that company that I showed you where you can pick any date you want.
Oh, right.
And they can make the solar system on like a necklace or something. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're using that.
But okay, so I can see I can understand how you can calculate within our solar system, but in relation to from our solar system within our galaxy, that's like a step above.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at a diagram of our solar system, it's like, it's not a perfect disc, right? It's kind of like a cone a little bit, isn't it? Because we're kind of following the sun.
Yeah, it's like a wave. It's on waves. That's why they say that it moves in and out of that, like this, where the Milky Way is in the center.
Yeah.
Like, that's why like society has ups and downs, is because it rides that wave. Whoa. And so we were on the down slope, and now we're kind of back up on that upslope. And once you get like to the middle of the Milky Way, like you start like your consciousness just like goes to a whole new level. And then when you're at the peak of that, then you're like breaking boundaries down and stuff like that. And like really like, it's a lot of forethought, and like you learn a lot of things, like the Renaissance era, like how everything changed, and there was art, and there was culture, and there was music, and there was all kinds of like creative shit, right? Yeah. And the Dark Ages were like down here, and they were like, shit. And then they came out of that with the Renaissance, and it was like boom, like look at all this cool stuff, science, technology, like we've got all these books now, like we were creating all this industry and doing all this crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so
got pancakes.
We got pancakes.
We got margarine.
Margarines. The margarines. They were doing everything, dude.
Got everything. Damn. Okay, that's cool. All right. So yeah, sorry, that was just a random thought.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's the correct answer, but I feel like that's pretty. It
sounds fucking smart, man.
It sounded good, didn't it?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, but I think I can link a couple things together and kind of put that together. That's what I'm assuming happened, right? Because that's that's what they talked about.
I love that. I love that. So what else we got on your notes?
So how you were talking about like how they were able to communicate because of quantum entanglement.
Oh yeah, right.
And how it's because things can they're looking to see like the light experiment where they split the light into two, and they were trying to see if light was a wave or a particle, but they found out it could be both. It just depends on how you observed it at that time. Yeah. Right. So they're saying like all kinds of stuff is that way. And so this quantum entanglement, how everything is actually entangled, and how you can make the molecules like in different areas react at the same time. Right. Yeah. And so that's how they're able to communicate over vast
It wasn't through
distances.
Like radio frequency.
Right. It had nothing to do with that.
They try, like Bob Lazar was saying even that he doesn't know how, when he was in Area 51 and observing these crafts, and they were communicating somehow, but he didn't know how. I mean, it totally makes sense of what he's saying. I can't remember. I wrote it down what the communication device was called, but the quantum entanglement thing is totally makes sense, man. Yeah. Like, unless Corey Goode was a fucking physicist, or I mean, how does it just sounds so legit to me? Yeah. And it kind of goes to like so the physicist was saying how if everything did come from like a single source, like a single Big Bang or whatever, how all the molecules
would have interacted already at one point.
Whoa.
So it doesn't matter where you're at in the universe, you're already entangled with other particles, and particles bombard you every single day that have had an entanglement with something else in the universe, no matter what it is. So everything you actually do does affect like something somewhere in the universe, right?
Whoa. That's nuts to think about.
Yeah. So we've already all been entangled.
Like one of my leg hairs has been a part of some other physical object somewhere across the universe.
Yeah. Or the atoms that are in your...
That's what I mean. Yeah. The atoms within...
Yeah, totally.
That's nuts, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
So that's how everything has like a connection.
Yeah.
Right?
That's nuts, dude.
Uh-huh.
Whoa.
So we were talking about, I guess, was it episode 9? Like all is one?
Yeah.
Or is
with Chris?
Or is all like none? Like, is it just singular?
I'm back to all is one now.
I think all is one.
After I listened to that podcast, I was like, man, I think I was just in a rebellious moment. I was like, all right, so Joe said all is one. I'm going to not say that.
I think this quantum entanglement thing makes a lot of sense.
It makes it
because if it
all
does,
is one.
and we have interacted already, and there's just, then all has to be one.
Yeah, dude, we're all from the same shit.
Yeah.
The universe shit. I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, everything's connected. I don't know, man. Mm-hmm. I like that a lot. The quantum entanglement. I don't know really how it works, but there are scientists that have done tests to prove that theory works. It's just been a theory up till like very recently. But yeah, they shot. They did some tests in space with a quantum entangled particle on Earth.
Yeah. And
it was reacting the exact same way as they were observing it. I'm probably butchering this a lot, but there's a study that's been done like really recently that totally proves that.
Didn't the Chinese do it? I think it was the Chinese who did that.
Yeah. Dude, that's so dope. Chinese are like
teleported it.
The Chinese are doing some awesome stuff lately.
Yeah, some pretty crazy stuff for sure. For sure.
That's dope, dude.
Oh, dude. He also talked about the craft, how on the outside they would be small, but then on the inside they're huge.
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like the size of warehouses.
Like the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty crazy. Like,
yeah.
Like, man, what kind of what kind of technology is that? You know, like for all this other stuff we talk about, like they abduct them. Oh, tractor beams. They're flying. Oh, with propulsion technology.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't see them. Oh, that's cloaking devices, mechanisms. You know, like there's something that we can explain to all of that. What the hell is this thing where you can walk into something tiny and it's the size of a warehouse on the inside?
Is it bigger on the inside or does it shrink you down?
I don't know. I don't know. But even then, that's even crazier.
Yeah, that is even crazier.
I mean, I can be here and like be tiny, and then just walk there and I'm just big.
I wanted more details on that ship that he was describing this about. I wanted more details because I want to know. Like he just kind of glazed over it. It was like, yeah. So the subject they were talking about is how Hollywood is using movies and TV shows to sometimes discredit people that are coming out with actual facts, and sometimes they're using it to slowly disclose stuff that's going on.
Get people acclimated to that type of imagery.
Exactly.
So when it does happen,
to get people ready,
you're not in complete shock.
Right. Yeah. And that makes sense too. That's totally. Yeah, they were talking about Stargate SG-1, and I recently started watching it, and it's pretty interesting. I've never watched. I've seen the movie. That's one of my favorite movies, Stargate. I think there's other movies I haven't seen them, but the TV show I just started watching, and the whole thing is that they found Atlantis, I think I said it wrong. It's not Stargate SG-1. It's just Stargate Atlantis or something like that. I can't remember.
There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. Yeah. But there's a lot of stuff in that show that is really similar to stuff that Corey Goode and Marie Smith and David Wilcock and
Well, you even notice David Wilcock will call them Stargates.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
He'll be like, so what about this Stargate you're describing?
Right. And it makes me stop every now and then in like, my rational part of my brain is like, okay, let's be honest. What's the possibility that they got all these ideas from these shows and then they're just like people are talking about it and like using because we're dumb. Like or the other flip is that
where did these shows get these ideas?
Yes, exactly.
And the people, that are in Hollywood and things like that, they got some of them have a lot of power. They got a lot of pull, a lot of money. You meet the right people, you get the right clubs, you start to learn some shit, like, I guess that's how it goes, man. You know?
Who knows? It's such a chicken or the egg kind of like, it could be one or the other.
Yeah.
Equally, in my mind, at least.
I mean, like, apparently, like, Steven Spielberg knew some stuff.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it would make sense.
Or he knew people who knew some stuff. You know, it's kind of like that. It's like, I'm making this movie. I want it to be as awesome and accurate as possible.
Yeah.
Who do you know? And they're like, well, I actually know this guy who used to work out at Los Alamos.
Oh, shit.
Right? And he was like, no, I can't tell you his name or give you his number, but I might be able to set up a little, tape for you.
Dude.
And then he would listen to this tape and be like, oh, they're where? They're where? In what canyon?
Oh, my God.
Because nobody knows that.
And they look like, what?
Yeah. And then you see this movie and you're like, oh, that's cool. There's UFOs in Utah.
Oh, E.T.'s kind of cute.
Yeah. Yeah. But really, they're real things.
What would you do if you saw a extraterrestrial that looked like that? It looked like E.T.
That looked like E.T.?
Yeah, what would you do? Because I think it's kind of cute.
I used to be terrified.
Oh,
E.T.
no.
Like,
with the part where he extends his neck and he goes, fucking terrifying.
No, E.T.'s hilarious. But it was weird because E.T. never creeped me out while I was watching it. E.T. always creeped me out like when I'd be in the shower washing my hair and I have my eyes closed and I'm like, fuck, like what if E.T. walked in? I'm like, oh my God, E.T. I like start getting anxiety and like I start panicking and like I have to wash this soap out of my hair really fast and I'm like, oh my God, is there an E.T.? Like, I don't know. It was a weird relationship with E.T., but I loved E.T. I loved the movie.
Right.
It was just like, in strange moments like that.
Yeah.
Or like when I turn, my lights off and I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, the imagination.
I don't want to see E.T. right now.
Right.
And it would just creep me out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been just kind of riffing off of that. I've been, I know that some of these things that we talk about could be fucking terrifying. Like if you walk into your house or you wake up in bed and there's an ET, an alien standing in your bedroom, like that fucking freaks me out. And ever since we started this podcast, I kind of every now and then my imagination will fuck with me.
Me too.
And I'll be like, don't think about it. And then I'm like, part of my brain's like, ha, fucker. And then it like gives me an image or like, I'm not actually seeing it, but my imagination, I imagine it there.
You can feel it happening to you almost like you're just thinking about it. It's almost to the point to where you don't want to roll over.
It's been freaking me the fuck out lately, bro.
Yeah.
Like for real. It doesn't happen often, but every now and then, yeah. I'm like, the house is really quiet. It's kind of late at night, you know? Or it's like really dark, really fucking dark in my bedroom at night.
Like I'll hear something downstairs and all the dogs would be upstairs with me. And I'm like,
no.
What was that?
Oh, fuck.
What was that? Like, is this the night?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah,
I'm not prepared right now.
Yeah, dude.
We talked about this on the podcast.
We talked about this.
Did you not listen? Oh, dude.
Of this funny that's happening to you too.
Yeah. The imagination definitely like takes over sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's always like just like the wife will be asleep. Just kind of laying there. Same thing, dude. It's just quiet. You're like, ooh. Your mind just runs away because you really put yourself in that scenario of like, what if this happens?
Right.
And this is very possible that it could happen.
Exactly.
Like
from our conversations and then us like talking about other people's stories, it makes it real. More real than it used to be
really
as a
does.
kid, you know.
It really does. Because now it's like
it's a possibility.
Yeah,
now.
it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
It's definitely kind of creepy, but I mean, you always got to play that other scenario in your mind that like, what if it's like a good experience, but that freaky experience like really takes over sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Actually, it kind of makes me feel better.
Yeah, definitely, dude, definitely. But no, I'm right there with you. I'm
just thinking about different things, and I thought about UFO Congress and how I really so we're gonna take the podcast stuff. I
Sweet.
really want to talk to an abductee there. I want to find somebody that's willing to talk about their experience. I really want to talk to somebody that's been abducted.
Cool. That would be cool.
I think I want that to be our mission.
Yeah.
I don't want it to exploit these people, but I really want to hear some stories that are not on the History Channel.
Right. I'm the same way, dude. Yeah. I'm the same way. Yeah. Like, and I would even go so far, like even if they didn't want us to air the episode.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't air it. Sorry guys. It just, but to respect these people,
right?
Like, and like, if they really did go through like some traumatic stuff,
sure.
I would understand like if they wouldn't want it, out.
What if we said, hey, we really want to tell your story, we won't give any location or your name or anything like that?
Yeah, that'd be fine too.
But if they were against even doing that, I mean,
I'd like to just have it for our records.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But there's probably people there who want to get the story out.
Yeah,
because they don't want to feel like they don't want people to feel like they're alone if it's happened to them.
Right.
Like it's almost like a PSA.
Yeah.
For the people.
Definitely. I mean, a platform is a platform. If 2 people are listening or 2,000, I feel like it has to feel good if you've been through this experience to have other people understanding you and having your back and like believing you and supporting you.
Totally.
Totally. But yeah, and I also would love to find somebody that claims that they can channel.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to make fun of these people, but I just kind of want to see what happens. I don't know. If we meet somebody that...
Maybe get somebody to say big giant blocks.
Oh, dude, yes, we have to.
See if we can get them to... We're going to do just a quick, like...
we have to get a photo with that guy.
Instagram.
Childress, what is his name?
Yeah.
I can't look for it. It's going to take a long time.
Big
giant blocks.
Yeah.
Giant blocks.
Gotta see if we can get him to say it and then give the thumbs up. Yeah, definitely. That'd be awesome.
I love that
dude.
guy. Hey, what if we, to his talk, wore T-shirts that say giant blocks on them?
Dude. Let's get Chris to print 2 of those too.
Let's do it. Yeah.
On 2?
Let's do it.
Hell
I'm down.
Let's do that. Oh man, I'm so excited for this Congress.
Dude. I'm giddy. I'm like a kid right now.
No,
bro.
like it's been a while since I've been this excited about something.
Seriously, yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, yeah. If you think if you think we should just get there Wednesday and just do that,
I think
cool.
so.
I'm cool with that. Yeah,
we'll find somewhere to sleep. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, our hotel starts at Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday we get there. Let's get some food and go hang out and see what's going on and maybe just mingle. Because I mean, Wednesday I'd like to get a podcast out regardless. So
totally.
Maybe I'd love to interview somebody. I think that's what I really want to do on Wednesday. So maybe let's just meet a few people and I'm sure they're going to have some type of thing going on, or maybe at the hotel bar that we're going to be staying in. But yeah, I think maybe Wednesday, let's just stay there. I mean, I was kind of excited about going to Sedona.
Yeah.
But maybe we'll save it for another trip.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
That'd be fine. Because, I mean, really, it was just going to be the stargazing.
Yeah.
Trying to channel the UFO.
It was going to be at night.
And,
and
hike the vortex spot.
Yeah.
But there's going to be, like, the schedule keeps changing. Like, there's different people that have been taken off and added and stuff.
Okay.
And, like, now the days are like, whoa.
Okay.
I'm like, okay.
What day
now we got to go see.
Yeah. What day is Richard Dolan on again?
Thursday.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Definitely want to see that guy.
Yeah.
That's going to be dope, dude. Let's try to get some photos with as many people as we can, put them on the Instagram.
I'm down.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to document it a lot. My company I work for is really interested and to like hear back from me what happens. They're like, they think I'm weird for sure. They're like, what?
Yes. I have a client and he was like, I didn't think you'd be here. I thought you were out chasing UFOs. And I was like, oh, no. That's, we're chasing UFOs next week. Yeah. Everybody's like excited for me, kind of.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Yeah,
everybody's super amped up about it.
Yeah, everybody's super stoked for me too.
Excuse me, sir. Can I give you a sticker?
Excuse me,
sir. Excuse me, sir. Hey, sir, hey, sir. Hey.
And you're like, what?
Oh, I want to know if you wanted one of my stickers. So like I have this podcast and I wanted to see if you wanted to be on it.
Wait, so like Richard Dolan's like doing his talk, and you're like in the background,
hey,
and all you hear is like,
sir,
it's kind of muffled. It's like, you have your hand up, like, hey.
I'll be taking questions in about 30 minutes. Excuse me, hey, I have a question. This is very important.
Okay, fine. Get this man a microphone. Give it to him.
Oh, you want to be on my podcast later? I'll buy beer. I got free stickers.
Wait,
you can come to my room. That'd be fun. That'd be terrible.
Oh yeah, let's not do that.
No,
I don't think that'd go over very well.
Yeah.
Hey.
What if we made our own badges? It was like, and they said they looked really legit, but they just said Dr. Scientist on them.
I do graphic design. Dude, I could do that.
We should get Dr. Scientist badges and just make them look super legit.
Fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's get some lanyards made.
That'd be awesome.
I could do it tomorrow. What should they say? Just Dr. Scientist on it?
Official Dr. Scientist.
We could probably get in like backstage if we made it look legit enough.
And then print UFO Garage on the back.
Okay, yeah, deal. Down.
And then put a barcode.
Where would the barcode go?
I don't know. Like
that would be like a Stouffer's stuffing.
Put a
barcode.
Put a LED on it, dude.
Oh, dude, son, what's up?
I don't know. Yeah, that'd be sweet though.
All right, let's get lanyards, dude. Our shirts are coming in Friday. We're gonna be suited up, bro.
Swagged
I'm stoked. I'm kind of pissed that I didn't get a hat. I'm kind of pissed that I didn't get a fucking hat.
Because now I'm going to have 2 hats. Unless the goddamn thing comes on Wednesday.
Well, yeah, okay. Wait, which color build did you get so I don't get the same one?
It's black with the green underneath, just like this one.
Oh, okay. Dope. Yeah, that area, Jesus Christ, I almost did it again. The Abduction 51 hat looks dope. We haven't talked about our sponsors yet.
Yeah. I'm wearing an Abduction 51 hat and shirt right now. Well, we were doing the Instagram stuff, and
that's right.
I wanted to represent, because your stuff's coming in later.
Yeah,
but I already got mine on, and I dig their clothes.
Yeah, they're super dope. Go to Abduction 51. Use the code UFO Garage for 10% off. I don't know why I'm not doing that very good.
What was that?
I don't know.
What even excited about?
I don't know. Let's do it again.
Okay. Yeah, I got their hat and their shirt.
Why did I sound so sad?
I don't know. Oh, damn it.
I started slurring my words because and I got all self-conscious about it. Let's do it again.
He's like tapered off at the end.
And then use a It's the worst commercial ever.
Okay. I mean, that really wasn't like a thought out commercial. I mean,
that wasn't a thought out. Let's do
it. It was just missed. I mean,
well, I'm gonna cut that fucking out.
That's hilarious. You got to leave that in.
Okay,
that's the best. Oh god,
you do the commercials for now.
No, but I mean, for real though, I am wearing the shirt and the hat. I worked the other night so I could take a picture.
People are gonna think you don't have any other clothes.
Like, dude, is that all you wear? No, I have another one.
No,
God, I got like 2 of them now, and then I have one of our shirts.
Oh, dude, read that excerpt out of the book for the cow on the rope. So, Abduction 51 has this T-shirt with the cow, and it's being suspended by a rope. And was there? I think there's a UFO above it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. There's a UFO, and then it's got a rope, and there's a cow tied to it. But there's this story. There's this really cool book I picked up. It's called The Big Book of UFO Facts, Figures, and Truth. Yeah. Look, it's pretty sweet. But anyways, it's got like all of the unsolved cases that Project Blue Book ever did. It's got all of these like personal stories and things like that. It's got all these statistics, and it's pretty interesting. But anyways, Alexander Hamilton. So there's this little part in the book where I thought it was funny because it says the craft then rose off the ground, and Hamilton and others saw that the cow was hanging from a rope that was dangling from the bottom of the craft. Ooh. And they have a shirt just like that. Yeah. So I sent them a picture of that part. And I was like, any relation to the shirt? And they were like, no, but that's awesome. Like,
that's so dope. Yeah. Alexander Hamilton, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
That's fucking crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
I can't wait to read that book. It looks awesome.
It kind of makes me think though, because it was on 420. So like,
yeah,
the date, stoned.
The date that they were writing that in.
Yeah,
or when it happened.
Yeah,
so they were fucking high. You know they were high, dude. Like, they all smoked weed, man. They all smoked weed.
I'm thinking that's maybe why they saw the cow on the rope. Dude.
Yeah, man.
Or maybe because it blew their mind so much because there was no rope, their mind created a rope because it was the only way to explain what they were seeing. Oh,
snap. I haven't thought about that.
So there you go. I just made it real.
Damn. Well,
yeah,
I'm not going to sleep tonight.
Yes. So I thought that was pretty interesting. I'm going to have to order another bar of Dr. Squatch.
Oh, yeah, me too, because I put in my fucking wrong address. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah, I was here when you did it.
I tried to change it, and they said, oh, it's already been shipped. So I got to go to my old condo and fucking go pick it up or just order another bar.
Go knock on the door. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
I think you might have some soap that belongs to me. Could you open the door, please? I've been out here for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's like at 10:30 at night.
I need to take a shower really bad. Yeah. And you guys have my soap.
Yeah. Damn it.
That'd be hilarious, dude.
Dang it.
All right, and then just what if they didn't want to answer the door because they knew it was about your soap, but they felt bad because they were like...
They liked it so much.
They were like, nobody's ever going to come get this soap. And so they started using it. And then that night, like, you showed up and you're like, excuse me, my soap. And they're like, fuck.
But like, my soap, though.
He was like, damn it, honey, don't answer the door. He's like, he's going to know I've been using it. I smell really good right now.
They answer the door and they're like, sorry, we don't have any soap. Like, I haven't even said anything yet.
Yeah, they tell you that they don't have it.
Yeah.
Good evening, sir. I apologize. We do not have your soap. Yeah. How did you know I was here about soap? You're wearing a shirt that says Ben.
Yeah.
Somebody named Ben. I don't know. Ben.
I need to get that shirt made as well. It just says Ben on it.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. You should get it embroidered, though.
Oh, fuck. That's way better. Yeah, that sounds awesome.
It's more legit.
Way more legit. So, drsquatch.com. There's a link on our website, ufogaragebpc.com. Go down to the bottom. Click the link for Dr. Squatch's soaps. They're the best soap in this world.
Dude, so Corey Goode was talking about the military groups and stuff, like, in all of this. And, man, anytime you think about the military, right, and like, you know, the secrets and like how they know all this stuff, and like he talks about how like, yeah, these guys have been like read in, but they like think they've been read into the top. So like anytime you try to tell them some new stuff, they're like, that's ridiculous, you know, because they think they know it all,
right? Yeah,
but really they're like the junior groups in all of this, like they don't know anything.
Yeah,
they only know like a few cool things.
And if you tell them like, oh, there's stuff that it's above your clearance level, they like want to fight you, they get mad and shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No. What they said.
What do you mean above my clearance? Yes, sir, this is about...
But I have the stars and the things on my jacket.
Says I need to know.
And I have the patches.
They're like, sir, where we're going, you don't need any patches.
Whoa.
How annoying, dude. Like, to be part of the secret space program, and you gotta, like, go do some shit really fast, and then, like, you got this, like, this regular military guy. He's like, "Where do you think you're going?" And you're like, I gotta go. And he's like, "Where are you going?" You're like, "I can't really tell you." Like, you know.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that you're way above his pay grade, or that you've been gone for 20 years.
I was thinking about, like, instead of, you know, like patches and badges, like if you're in the secret space program but you're also in the military, you have to wear the secret space program like emblem, but it's just like a hat with a slinky on top. That's the uniform. Dangling.
Yeah, because if you can't laugh at that, then that means you're serious enough for the job.
Exactly.
And so that's why you have
to
funny. Wear a hat with a slinky on it. We can never be part of the space program.
I know. Just imagine a whole auditorium full of people. That's what slinky. Like some have like the rainbow plastic ones. Some have the really big metal ones that are just really.
You can pick whatever slinky you want, as long as you have a slinky hat.
Like
though.
Constantly getting in front of your face, and you have to like swish it's your hair out of your eyes.
I can just imagine people having like super serious conversations.
Yeah.
They're like, "Sorry, Mike, you've only got about 2 weeks to live." Dong, 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 dong. This is like.
Now we have to make UFO garage hats with slinkies on top.
Oh man, can you imagine how many people would like walk by each other and get stuck in their slinky hats, and like you'd spend hours of your day trying to like untangle a slinky hat so you can get back to work. You're like, God damn it.
Sorry, I was late. My slinky got stuck. Fuck.
Like, you get like stuck in bushes and stupid things like low
like birds get stuck in it.
Trees. Dude, that'd be terrible.
The International Space Program uniform. Fucking hat with a slinky on it.
And that's it.
Okay.
I guess it'd be funnier like if they were like actually in military uniform and then they wear the slinky hat.
Like as well, like both of them. And they're like big burly military man. These fucking suits on.
Oh shit.
They go to like salute.
Yes, sir.
The slinky's bouncing around. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
That's enough.
Yeah, dude.
Oh god, we're losing it, man. I think they're getting to us. They're the nanites.
They're turning the nanites on during our damn podcast, dude. That's what's happening.
Yeah. Dude, maybe that's why we got sick after last week's podcast, bro.
I thought about that.
That was really weird.
That ran through my head.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about like the magnet that like if you put it too close to your body or something, how like it can make you feel real sick.
Yes.
Like what if they were like aiming like super magnetized rays at our bodies?
Like from a satellite or some shit.
Yeah, we both got sick and they were like, "I'll teach these guys."
Yeah. It was such a weird. I've never been sick like that. Like my stomach, I felt like I swallowed like a couple golf balls, and they were just sitting in my stomach. I couldn't eat. I almost puked. You said you puked, right?
Oh yeah.
I didn't eat for 2 days, dude. I just drank water and just was in the fetal position in bed for like a day and a half.
It was almost painful.
Well, I guess it was like it started on Wednesday night and then all day Thursday and then Friday. Or yeah, was it Friday?
No, it was Thursday. So it was literally like Wednesday night you started feeling bad. Yeah. And then Thursday you felt terrible all day. And then Friday you were like, I felt great. A little bit better.
Yeah.
And for me, it was Thursday morning I started feeling terrible. Okay. And then through the night it was like just god awful. And then like Friday afternoon, I was like, I kind of feel like a regular person right now.
Yeah, right. Man. Such crazy. Terrible timing because you had to go. You were at that concert.
I know.
Well, I wanted to go to the concert too.
You were supposed to go too. We got sick. I had to leave in the middle of it. I didn't even get to see George Clinton.
No,
I didn't even get to see it. But turns out, that show lasted till like 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he funked super hard. So
damn.
I
That's
wouldn't
such a
have
bummer,
been able
bro.
to make it. Yeah, I was pretty bummed out.
I mean, it's not like
felt
we're
bad.
like using the same, like drinking out of the same bottle or can or
I
anything.
know, like,
I
we
mean,
didn't-
the most
yeah.
I did was give you a high five.
That was
We didn't even
literally
like,
it.
How the fuck did that happen? Jess didn't get sick. I mean, did Amanda get sick?
No, she didn't get sick either.
Bro, it was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, I don't know what that was all about.
It kind of fucks me up to think about the possibility. I don't know.
I mean,
it's out there.
It's out there.
I mean, we're on a UFO podcast. We might as well think about
Something weird.
something weird happened.
All
man.
things weird, dude.
Fuck.
The only other explanation I can come up with is that Taco Bell that I had. That's why I came in with Whataburger today.
And I didn't have Taco Bell.
But you didn't have the Taco Bell.
Right.
So it couldn't have been the Taco Bell either. Right?
Yeah.
Dude, I have no friggin' clue. I was actually like thinking in my head, like, what if we're sick tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I thought that before I came over here today. I was like, shit.
Like
what
before we got on the podcast.
if- Yeah.
That would be really fucking weird if if that happened, dude.
we get
that would
sick tomorrow.
freak me out.
Ooh, maybe we would have to go to my house.
Oh shit! I know, right? They already know our location,
Dude.
man.
You're gonna be like, that idiot went down the street 20 miles. It like followed you
Yeah.
with a satellite. Oh god. Yeah, dude. No, I definitely thought about that. That's weird.
Yeah.
But probably nothing.
Probably not.
nothing.
It's yeah.
Yep, definitely.
It's
So
fine.
so you guys don't worry about us out there. I mean, if we're not back next Wednesday, I mean, yeah, probably worry
Yeah.
about us.
Well, they obviously know that we're going to Phoenix, so
Oh yeah, so if you don't get one next Wednesday, it's because we couldn't find a place to plug in.
yeah. Or just pray for us that our plane doesn't crash. Ow! All right. Was that too far?
Too far, I think.
Shit.
Too far, I think.
Fuck.
I thought you were gonna be like, yeah, hopefully the airlines doesn't lose our bag with the equipment in it or something. We don't get it until Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah.
We're
yours
not
was-
saying anything that important. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
All right. My mind just goes wild sometimes.
And obviously, we got it wrong.
Yeah.
I will shoot you. Let us know.
Yeah. Thanks. I will shoot you.
That's a bummer.
Imagine like going on YouTube and like just spreading troll all day long. Just being negative all day long. That's gotta be so depressing.
Yeah.
All right, I won't talk about it anymore.
I bet he's a nice guy.
He's probably a nice guy. All right, man. Well, I feel like that's do we have more of the story, or do you think that's a good place to stop?
I mean, that's a pretty good part of the story. I mean, other than just the fact that, like we're just now kind of getting the chance to start doing this, like, travel the universe and things like that.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty wild, and just how many different groups of secret space programs like we have here on Earth.
Yeah.
And just the different amount of things that they're doing, like one's just in the galaxy hanging out, one stays in one solar system, another is exploring other solar systems, just all kinds of stuff, and how basically like Earth is not as rare as we think it is.
Yeah.
It's really everywhere. Mm-hmm. And it's not really even the issue of how are we going to get there. It's the issue of there's already a lot of people living there.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that it's just, there's another Earth out there. It's that there's animals and plants and people that are already living there.
Right. It gives me such a weird feeling just knowing all this and just hearing you say that. It like, I have this, that moment when you yawn, it's like this kind of weird feeling that you get in your brain. It's like almost relaxing, but like, what's going on? It's really subtle. But I have that feeling every time I think about the fact that there's this whole, it feels like I'm reading a story about another planet, but I'm reading it about Earth.
Yeah.
And our secret history.
Uh-huh.
It's like you're reading the history of another planet. Okay, so this happened this time, in the 20s, and then, this timeline that we've been talking about for the past couple weeks. So I just feel really kind of like this awakening kind of weird feeling when I'm reading it and understanding all this stuff and hearing other people talk about it and corroborate it, and like other people talking about the similar shit and coming up with the same exact facts and details. It's kind of weird that this is all happening and it's all coming out now. Like, it's mind blowing, dude.
It's pretty crazy, and just the fact that like how far back we are. Like, he kind of related, like he compared our physics of today, which is like groundbreaking, right? He compared it to like bloodletting back in the day. You know?
Right.
How he said, you know, like when people used to have fever, like the you know, the medical science then was to cut open your arm and let you bleed, so that way the fever would come out. You know.
Yeah.
And that's just, we know that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But that's where we are in our stage of physics right now.
Right.
Is that we know that there's way more advanced things, but just what we're being told and what we're being taught is it's holding us back. Like we're just so far behind where we actually know about.
Right.
You know? So that's just crazy, man.
It's crazy, man. What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Like I said, the deeper we go into this, and like
weirder it gets.
The weirder it gets, but the more sense it kind of starts to make, which is the weird part, is that it gets so weird, but it starts to make more sense for some reason.
Right, yeah.
And you're like,
It's just all these different puzzle pieces coming from different directions and things that you've heard about in the past, and you know, like even like famous stories coming together, and everything in like Hollywood, and kind of tying all those little pieces together. I mean, the human brain is meant to solve puzzles, and I guess it just feels good to solve puzzles, and it does feel good right now because we've got validity in the news with Go Fast, the videos from To the Stars, and people are starting to accept the fact that, okay, yeah, maybe just a little, I'll dip my toe in there. I'll watch the video and just forget about it maybe a day later, but at least they saw it, like people that have no interest in this subject.
Right.
But the fact that it's coming out in the open, and it just, I think it opens up doors that I'm just excited about. Like,
yeah, me too.
Little doors open up to bigger doors down the way.
Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because like even like since we started doing this, like I noticed more and more people come up to me and they're like, you know, hey, what do you think about this? Or like, you know, have you heard about this crazy thing going on in space or whatever? And it's like, that's kind of cool to like actually like have people like actively looking for weird things to then tell me about. Right. You know, it's like, so like you're kind of paying attention to like maybe something that's offbeat a little bit, you know?
I think it's fun to see that people are interested in this subject because there's so much information and videos and entertainment out there that's just put there, I think, specifically to distract us. Like,
yeah, totally.
Even sports, like football's coming up. I guarantee you that something politically is about to happen. I know we're coming up on an election year, but I think something's going to be pushed under the rug where no one's going to be paying attention. Everybody's going to be focused on sports. It's like there's this public, you know, I mean, I sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but there's a lot of distraction out there. But if somebody, it just makes me feel good that some people are actually paying attention to the little things and, and digging more, like not just, I heard something weird and then forget about it, but I heard something weird, let me learn a little bit more about that. What do I think about that? A
lot of people kind of are starting to have their own opinions.
Yeah,
granted, they do get kind of like in this like collective idea of like, this is my opinion, but my group also has this entire opinion, you know, but this is my opinion and I kind of have a group that has this opinion. That's what I like about this, is that there's just like so many different things you can think about that, you know, it's like you are the UFO community, even though there's like people who believe in certain aspects of it. It's just, there's so much to it that it's like, that's crazy. And everybody's got their own little story. Yeah. And there's a little grain of truth in all of that. Yeah. You know?
It's countless of people that since we started this podcast, same thing, like it'll come up to me, or I'll be out with them, I haven't seen them in a couple months. They're like, hey dude, I'm enjoying your podcast. Hey, also I had a weird thing happen to me when I was a kid. Like shit like that. That's really fun to experience. Yeah. And it's a lot of fucking people.
It's cool.
Like
definitely cool.
Yeah, I don't know what percentage of it is, but it's high.
Because remember how we talked about like, I just hate having drab ass conversations like the normal. Exactly. Now I'm starting to not experience that all the time. Yeah. Like, people are talking to me about thing that interests me, right? And like we can actually hold a conversation. I'll talk for a long time now. Yes, starting to become quite the social little butterfly.
Hey, there you go, dude. That's awesome.
But yeah. So, but it's fun, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, what you think, man?
Pretty good freaking episode, dude. I haven't laughed that hard in a really long time, dude. Yeah. I feel like I mean, I know this. We were saying like maybe part 2 of Corey Goode, but I feel like there's going to be many parts that we might be able to talk about in the future too. Maybe not the next podcast, but I'd love to continue talking about Corey Goode and maybe get into Emery Smith a little bit.
Yeah.
Those are both two dudes off of Cosmic Disclosure. For those listening that want to check it out, it's on Gaia. I mean, it's like $9 a month. I watched a bunch of them before I even paid $9. So if anybody's interested in hearing from these guys firsthand instead of hearing it through us, I mean, check it out. We're not like sponsored by them or anything, but I don't know. It always helps to.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's cool stuff. But yeah, I feel like we'll continue to be talking about. Maybe we'll do another episode in the future about Corey Goode or Emery Smith. But I definitely want to get in the Travis Walton case.
Dude, me too.
Yeah,
me too.
Yeah,
yeah. Because it keeps getting pushed back, but that's such a cool case.
Yeah,
so
dude, seriously.
Definitely want to get into that. Let's probably work on. Well, we're gonna be in Phoenix, so kind of whatever comes up during the.
I want to do interviews.
Yeah.
Let's do interviews next Wednesday and hear stories.
For sure. Cool. Maybe we could, like, while we're there, though, maybe we could bang out, like, a couple podcasts, because we're going to have stuff to talk about at the end of the night.
Yeah, we're going to be there. Yeah, let's do one. Try to do one a day. Maybe if they're only, like, 20 minutes.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be dope.
Just kind of recap what we were talking about and stuff.
Absolutely. And like whatever, talks that we attended, and we kind of just break it down or something.
Yeah,
that'd be dope.
And we'll take video and take pictures and stuff.
Yeah, so follow us on Instagram,
you guys
and Facebook.
Can kind of be there with us.
Yeah, dude,
it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be
fun. All right. Well, cool, man. That was a good one, dude.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll talk to you guys next week. But don't forget to check out UFOGaragePC.com. It's got our merch. It's got our sponsors merch on there. It's got direct link to the podcast. And don't forget that there's a little spot down there that you can leave an email. And if you have a crazy story that happened to you, we sure would like to hear it.
Hell yeah.
And we're still gonna work on getting that Google phone number. Put up. We'll see about that, and then
maybe we set it up like you were saying, so people can leave messages.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like their stories or whatever. We just play it. That'd be cool.
So can we put them into the podcast, like if they call during the show?
Yeah, we could do that too.
Dope.
Yeah,
we should do that too.
Dope.
Maybe that'd be an easier way to get people like Marlene on and stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
So they can just kind of talk through the phone to us.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. It'd be awesome.
Yeah,
it'd be super good.
Awesome. So yeah, we're gonna try and get that set up for you guys, but.
Oh yeah, and so the reason we're selling all this merch is not only just to get our name out there, but we're trying to save up for some video cameras so that we can do our podcast on YouTube. So go check out our merch. Buy a hat, go buy a shirt, maybe two. It's all going towards a couple of GoPros we want to put in our studio so we can do the video podcast.
It's gonna be epic.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is UFO Garage Podcast, and we'll talk to y'all next week.
Peace.